Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give a recap of some of the projects I've recently finished. For DIY projects, it may seem like once completed, they just live on unassisted. According to my experience, that's never the case. They are prone to breaking, needing maintenance, or just not doing what was intended. So I chose 8 projects to talk about exactly what happened once the video was published. I'll also grade each one of these projects on a scale of 1 to 10 according to the following parameters: usefulness, durability, upgradability. So let's dive in. The child warning system worked great for a while. There were a few snags and I actually touched on them at the end of the video. First, the relay switch, which was positioned right next to the sensor, made a clicking sound every time someone came in. I also didn't put enough effort into designing a correct housing for the sensor, and the sensor slightly moved. This caused false positives and positive falses. In other words, it notified me when it shouldn't have and didn't when it should have. My next video is going to be a massive improvement to this system, so stay tuned for that. On a scale of 1 to 10, it got 8 for usefulness, 4 for durability, and 10 for upgradability. Wow, I was so excited making this video, trying extra hard to show the funny relationship I have with my dog, who went from being number 1 to now number 5 in the amount of attention he receives in the house. He really does just want to sit on my lap all day long. With that said, he didn't love the chair. He still preferred to sit on the couch next to me or on my lap. And then things started to break. The weld that connected the bed to the vertical piece of steel broke, and the 3D printed parts started crushing under the weight of the chair and me. I still think it's a fantastic idea and will definitely take on the challenge in the near future to make a better version of the Chips chair. As far as usefulness comes, the Chips chair got 6, durability it got a 3, and upgradability 10. This project stemmed from the need to make room in the trunk of my car and house the spare tyre. They didn't have room anymore due to the LPG system I installed. If you want more information on that, you should check out the original video. The base did a good job at holding the tyre in place. In hindsight, I should have given more thought on how to connect the actual base to the car. Every bump in the road sent the base, the tyre and all my stuff up into the air. So it definitely needed improvements. Anyway, I don't have the LPG system installed anymore, so the tyre went back to its lawful place and the tyre base was removed from the trunk. For usefulness, the tyre base got a 4. Durability, it got a 10. It was built really well. It would have lasted me for years if I'd needed it to. Upgradability got an NA, which is initials for non-applicable. Since I don't need the tyre base anymore, no reason to upgrade it. Chips didn't like the umbrella solution. He's a good dog, so he didn't really make a fuss about it, but it was clear on his face that he was not enjoying wearing that thing. If there's heavy rain, I will take him out with it, but from a design standpoint, it wasn't a good enough solution. It would have been great if the umbrella would have moved as he drags himself along bushes and trees, which he tends to do all the time. As far as usefulness goes, I gave it a 7 because it did keep him dry. It did give him the confidence to go out during the rain, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't comfortable for him, so yeah, I knocked off a few points. As far as durability comes, I gave it an 8. It's a bit flimsy, and the 3 pieces that connect it together kind of disconnect all the time, and I need to put them back. As far as upgradability goes, I gave it a 3. I'm really happy with this. Originally, I planned to place it behind my car in the car park to store car stuff in it, but it came out so nice that I decided to keep it here in my room. I also put the 3D printer on top of it to free some room on the workbench, so it's actually serving a double purpose now. One of the best things I've done. For usefulness it gets a 10, durability it gets a 10, upgradability I gave it an NA because it's so perfect there's nothing to upgrade in it. The shoe cupboard is just a project that worked. Ever since I've got that shoe cupboard, my kids are putting their shoes back every time they come home. The space outside my house is always tidy. It's just a real win, a dream come true. So, for usefulness I give it a 10, durability gets a 10, upgradability NA. You have no idea what a significant enhancement to the user experience this project did to my Hoover. I do need to change the zip ties though. One of the wheels came off while I was challenging the Hoover with a gallop on cobblestone to the dumpster, but apart from that, great build. On the scale of usefulness I gave it a 10, durability got a 7, and upgradability I gave it an 8. The fold-up table is by far the biggest welding project I've ever done. It took me such a long time, mainly because I don't really have that much free time to do welding and cutting, and there was a lot of that in this project. The table itself does a fantastic job. It's steady, and when it folds back to the wall you can hardly see it. I love the creak in the middle that lets me use a circular or jigsaw right in the middle of the table instead of on the side where one of the pieces of wood will be flopping and wobbling in the air. But since I'm not using it that much, on usefulness I gave it a 6. Durability, it got a 9. And upgradability, I gave it a 3 because I don't see myself upgrading this table, definitely not changing it. It was just too much of a hassle to make this. So yeah, these projects mostly require iterations and are heavily dependent on how interested I am to upgrade them. I do feel that I'm getting better at anticipating what could go wrong, making the builds of a high quality basically. But take notice that not everything you see on YouTube is built to last. In many cases, it doesn't. I'm pushing forward and have lots of funny ideas how to solve my everyday problems that I am looking forward to sharing. So stay tuned. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one.